Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Jane. If you're new here, welcome. So in this video, we're going to talk about something that is important and applies to a lot of us, and it concerns money. Now, there are various ways to make your life easier in this journey to acquire wealth, and one of those things or one of those tools is called a credit card. A lot of people have credit cards, and credit cards are great, right? But the problem with credit cards, if you do not understand them properly, they can lead you to a lot of debts, or they can lead you to debt. So in this video, we're going to try to cover some things that some people do not know. Some people already know this, right? So if you know this, say in the comment section you already know this. And as you watch the video, why do you need to monitor your credit cards? Why do you think you should pay attention to your credit cards? One, because apart from the fact that credit card makes your life easier, credit card can also cause you a lot of problems. The credit cards on the average have an interest rate of about 20% on the average. Some people can have less than this, and some can have more than this. I have seen 22%. I have one of my cards on 22% actually. Yes, so that's the major problem with credit cards, right? So even though they make your life easier, you're able to make purchases even without having cash in hand. If you don't pay this in time, it can lead to a lot of problems. So I'm going to use a story so that you can understand this better. I hope that this helps. Imagine yourself as someone who is pulling a bag of money, and your destination is retirement or old age. So the goal is to have as much money in your bag by the time you get to your destination, so that it can help you, because there's no guarantee of anybody giving you anything when you get to that destination, right? So in this journey, of course, you're going to spend money to eat. There's some expenses that have to be done, and so that's not a problem. But what is important is that as you're taking money out of your bag of money, you have to think of ways to include ways, or you have to think of ways where money can get back into your bag. And like I mentioned, the goal is to get as much money in the bag when you get to old age. Now, in this journey, for sure, you're going to have bills to pay. You're going to have food to eat, right? So those are expenses that are fundamental. There's nothing you can do about that. You have to spend this money, right? There's also some kind of group of spending that is not compulsory but is necessary in this journey called life. So you have to have fun, right? You have to take care of yourself. So those expenses are maybe not fundamental, but they're important as well. So those are ways that money leaves your bag, right? So how is money coming into your bag? Maybe you're earning an income through your 9 to 5, you're doing a business, you have side hustles. This are ways that money can get back into your bag. And the more ways that you have of making money come into your bag, the better for you, right? Now, having this in mind, imagine that a friend walks up to you and says, instead of dragging your bag of money through the road on foot, I have an easier method for you to get to your destination. I'll give you a car. I'll fuel this car. But you need to know that at every month on your journey to your old age or to your destination, ensure that every month you stop by my office. We have various offices across the world, right? So every month you're expected to stop in one of these offices and pay off what you have used from my fuel. So I'm going to fuel the car and give it to you, right? But whatever you use for this fuel, ensure that you take money from wherever and replace this every month. So we're going to take note of this every month at our offices, okay? And then you say, okay, because I mean, the car will make your journey easier, the car will make your life easier. And so you collect the car and then you start your journey in the car comfortable, right? So this is what you should relate your credit card to. So your bank is your friend who says to you, I can give you a credit card, you have money you can use in this card, but ensure that at every month you pay this. Now, if you don't meet these requirements, please note that I will take not just what you're owing me, but something from your bag of money. And you say, fine, I mean, that's okay, I will pay you, right? And so you start this journey. On some months you missed this payment. Now note that for every payment that you miss, your debt starts to go up, right? So if you don't pay when you're supposed to pay and pay in full, then there's a problem. You have broken this contract, and now they can dip into your bag of money, which means that you can't control this anymore. They are coming for your money and you can't control it. So this is no longer what you're taking for your food or what you're taking for your bills or anything. something is making your money leave your bag that you can't control, and this is simply because you have not met an agreement that both parties decided on. Okay, so what do? Ensure that at every month, now if you have credit cards, ensure that every month you're paying off, but you're not paying just paying off any amount. You have to pay off in full, because whatever you use that you do not pay off at the due date still can lead to debt, right? Of course, it depends on the amount that has been used on this card, but it's still important to note that little trickles can lead to a bucket of water, right? Give me a minute, guys. Now, for majority of the people that I know, we have multiple cards, and there's nothing wrong with having multiple credit cards, but you need to ensure that you're keeping track of these cards. Another thing is some people pay for things, expenses that they know they can do without, and because it's a credit card, you have the money available, you just go ahead and use it. In this video, I'm going to give you an illustration. Let's say you have a 3,000 debt on your credit card, and your minimum payment is $10 or £10 at an interest rate of 20%, right? At the end of 12 months, you would have had over 500 additional to the 3,000. Okay, now this example is, like you can see on the screen, this example is actually if you have used just 3,000 in a month and you didn't pay this and it keeps accruing. Some people, even without paying off all the debts they had in the previous month, go ahead to use this card for the next month, depending on your credit limit, of course, right? Now, if you're continuously using your credit card, you will keep increasing the debt that you have, and before you know it, it will be too much for you to handle. So what do I want you to do? It's something you can do in 30 minutes, in 1 hour, depending on you, right? Sit down and account for all the credit cards you have and all the payments you have put on these cards. Ensure that you're paying off your credit cards at due date or before due date, right? So that you don't have any issues with the bank having debts on your neck when there are so many other things that you can hand that that is taking your money. You don't want this to also add to that, right? Like I said in my story, imagine you're pulling your bag, you already have things you're spending for, you don't want your bag leaking and money is pouring out and you do not know, right? Because in the end, when you get to your destination, you will have less than you should have because of a leak to the bag or a leak on the bag. So ensure that you close that leak so that your money stays intact. That is what you should do with your credit cards. Sit down, go through all you need to go through, your payments, what payments on a credit card, what do I need to do, when is the due date. You can automate these payments to make it easier for you. If you have multiple cards, think about the cards you have, bring them out, because you have cards from your bank, you go to stores, they offer you some credit cards, you feel, oh, it'll be easier and nicer to have their credit card since I shop here all the time, and you get it. Some people have 5, some people have even more than 5, some have 3. I think 3 might be the average, right? I don't know, I'm just guessing, okay? But whatever it is, just ensure that you've done all you need to do. Make sure that all leaks are covered when it comes to your credit card. The reason why this is very important is because the credit card has very high interest rates and the money builds fast. Okay, so if you have a credit card that you've not paid for whatever reason, maybe you don't have a source of income at the time, it happens. Mistakes happen, and circumstances unplanned also happen. Okay, so I'm not judging you if you have anything on your, I mean, you don't even know if I probably have something on my credit card as well, but I'm just bringing this to your attention so that you know that it's important to pay attention to your credit cards and pay that off as soon as you can. If you have other debts, check the interest rates. The higher interest rates are the problem. So if your credit card has the highest interest rate of all your loans, you should consider paying that off fast so that it reduces how much money is leaving your bag. I hope that this helps. This came to mind and I decided to share it with you guys. Thank you for watching. If you've stayed till this time, it's truly appreciated. Please give this video a like, as it will help the channel. Share this with everyone you know who has a credit card, because you never know. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye guys.